What's going on YouTube? Sean here with my friend Cody. We just got out of seeing Venom. So we're here to give our thoughts on the movie Venom, a movie that looks like it came out in 2002. It definitely has one of those early 2000s, comic book movie vibes. Kind of remind me a bit of
the Sam Raimi.
Not quite Sam. There's some hokiness that reminds me of Sam Raimi. The good stuff. The good hokey stuff reminds me of Sam Raimi. Although this movie is nowhere near as good as, it's not even as good as Spider-Man 3, I'll say. But Spider-Man 3 is entertaining on a different level. That movie is more competently made. Although, this movie does a good job with Venom himself. Police are going crazy around here. So yeah, let's talk about the good stuff. Tom Hardy and Venom, that's the only good stuff in the movie.
Really.
Tom Hardy is hilarious as Venom, or Eddie Brock / Venom in the movie. Like, they got that right. Like, Venom is pitch perfect in the movie.
He definitely does a good job.
Like, Venom is the only good thing in this movie, which is, the most important thing is to get Venom right. And they got Venom right in this movie.
Yeah.
Everyone else... Oh my god, this is like the worst villain I think I've seen in a long time, because they're so generic. They bring nothing to the table. No charm, no charisma. They're not like so cocky or arrogant or anything. They're just like,
care about like his motivation or like anything.
I could give a shit.
Like no one,
There was nothing to this villain. Nothing. What was his name? Carlton Drake? Something like that. See, he's so forgettable, so boring. He's just like, you could have done something. You needed an actor who could ham it up a bit in some of these scenes. Like, this is like the perfect chance to have like a real douchey kind of corporate villain. Something along the lines of like a Dick Jones from RoboCop, or Cohagen, same actor, but same deal. Like someone who's just really douchey, but like having the time of their life. No, this guy plays it so generic, straightforward, serious, like, oh, human race, climate, blah, 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 I'm villain, yada, yada, yada. I do stuff. And then, like, he did these test subjects, you have a couple of different symbiotes that they showcase in the movie. The main villain of the movie is, like, him and then Riot. Are you pretty familiar with Riot or not really?
Not really. I mean, I feel like if they're going to have, like, a symbiote fight with, like, Venom and another symbiote, they should have just went for Carnage right out the gate. Like,
although... We'll get to the spoilers about Carnage in a bit. I was laughing as soon as, just wait a second. So yeah, like Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock, they don't have the Spider-Man tie-in to his origin whatsoever. They do reference New York. There's no, like, Peter Parker or Daily Bugle reference. Tom Hardy is just, Eddie Brock, investigative reporter, and doing my job, blah, blah, blah. So he kind of screws up a bit earlier on in the movie, and then he ends up, like, something to do with this Carlton Drake dude and his girlfriend. Honestly, there's no reason to care about that. And then he somehow gets infected with the symbiote. Although they changed it in the trailers, they're like symbiote, and then it ends up being symbiote in the movie. I think they redubbed it or changed it or something, which is good. Probably ADR'd it. But anyways, so Eddie gets infected with it, and that's where the strength of the movie is him and the symbiote just doing crazy shit together, and I was laughing my head off. Like, Tom Hardy, when he gets infected, like, goddamn, is he hilarious. I don't know what he's doing, but it's so entertainingly, like, ridiculous that I was cracking up every time he talked, every time he did that ridiculous voice and stuff. Like, he's the only reason to watch this movie.
The interactions between him and Venom are pretty good.
Like, they're so funny. Like, I was laughing my head off. Like, by God, this is so dumb, but I love it for how stupid some of it is. But, like, it's the only bit of joy in this movie. In fact, there is a better version of this movie with someone who looks just like Tom Hardy that I talked about earlier on this year on my channel, and that is the movie Upgrade. It's, like, kind of the same concept, but Upgrade does it... Well, I mean, it doesn't have the Venom characteristics to it. Venom is way more entertaining than, like, Stem, who is like the implant in Upgrade. But I think Upgrade is a stronger movie. But Venom in this movie is great. Venom looks great. A lot of the CGI is pretty bad, but there's really only so much you can do. But Venom works. Everyone else, forget about him. But I guess, if you want to see a movie, like an early 2000s superhero movie on the big screen, go watch Venom. Like, it'll make you nostalgic. They have the tie-in songs and everything. I'm just like, they have the Eminem, Venom, 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 and I like that awful song. Like, oh yeah, now we're back in 2002 mode. Like, I think I can't remember the last time I saw like a movie tie-in song. I feel like the last time I saw one was like Deep Blue. Well, Deep Blue Sea was '99, I think. Like Deep Blue Sea, where they have like deep as blue as my head is like a shark's fin. Although that one's better than Venom, 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 Venom. But yeah, I kind of do miss some of those days where we had. It does.
I mean, it's the only like good live action portrayal of Venom out there right now. So
Hey,
there's that.
I forget what he says. You want forgiveness, get religion. You're trash, Brock.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter, my spider sense is tingling. If you know what I'm talking about. Although that was more of a practical effect of Venom in Spider-Man 3. When it's Venom, just they really screwed up Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I don't blame Sam Raimi for that. That's the studio just like ham-fisting it into the movie. If they had this portrayal of Venom in Spider-Man 3 and, you cut out everyone else, I think Spider-Man 3 could have worked better. But, Spider-Man 3 was just, the studio screwed with that. But it's still a much more watchable movie than this because Sam Raimi's touch. And, Spider-Man 3 is funnier, too, when Peter gets infected with the symbiote. That's another thing I kind of miss. I wish the symbiote would talk to him like it did to Eddie. But, sadly didn't. But they did in this movie. And, Eddie and, the symbiote, they tease things for future movies. The Sony Spider-Verse or whatever you call it. And
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, there's one of those scenes at the after credits is just a sequence from that movie, and I'm like, I didn't even watch any trailers for Into the Spider-Verse until this, actually sitting down in front of this movie. It looks all right. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are working on it in some capacity, so that's cool. I'll still see it. December, that's gonna be a really crowded end of December, so many movies to watch, so there's that, but. Yeah, the villain sucked. Didn't really care for his girlfriend. Some of it's pretty funny, where he just when it's Eddie and Venom, like I said, that's the only redeeming qualities to it. And it's not a great movie. It's not very, very good. It's the Venom Eddie stuff is good, but everything else just drags the movie down. Especially the villain. The villain is just terrible. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the movie. Now we're going to talk about the mid-credit sequence, the most tacked-on credit sequence I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I literally was laughing my head off during this credit sequence. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you can stop the video now. And so wait 2 seconds. All right, we're going to talk about this credit sequence. Cletus Cassidy shows up, played by Woody Harrelson. As soon as I saw that stupid curly hair, the right curly hair,
it's the worst wig ever.
It is the worst fucking wig I think I've ever seen. I'm like, just pull the wig off his head. He's just and then the final fucking line that he says, Eddie's interviewing him, and he's just like, there will be carnage. And I'm like, oh my god, it was so bad. It was so...
There will be carnage when I get out.
I'm like...
It's
so dumb. Another thing I want to talk about, they do mention Venom's weakness, and they're like, what is it, your kryptonite? I'm like, wait a second, what? I'm like, do the DC world exist in the Marvel world? They reference is that the comic books that they read? You know what I mean? I
guess
I guess so. That caught me off guard. I'm like, wait, what? Just that one line, is it your kryptonite? I'm like, so is that just there's comic books based? It's so weird.
Maybe in the Marvel universe, the DC comic books are
are the comic books in the DC universe, the Marvel comic books are the comic books. That'd be so weird, and, a weird clusterfuck. But yeah, the Cletus Cassidy mid credit sequence, there will be carnage. Yeah, his stupid wig. Stupid. It was so terrible. And there's another sequence where his girlfriend gets infected with the symbiote, and then she makes out with him as Venom. Venom literally makes out with Eddie Brock, and it's kind of weird. So there's that happens. But I did love Venom in the movie, and which is what I paid to see. I paid $1 to see this movie because I had awards, and they had an early showing. It only was $7.40, but yeah, Venom is for my $1. I guess it was fine.
You paid $1.
$1, it's not too bad. Yeah. So, but
I paid $6, so
which isn't terrible. It's still not terrible. So $1 to see this movie. You can get it for $1 a matinee price. I think you'll be okay. It's definitely not great. We're looking towards Amazing Spider-Man levels of quality here, which isn't very great. Just watch it for Tom Hardy's kooky craziness, and then just skip the rest of it. By God, this villain was terrible. Do something with it. Make him exciting. Make him an asshole more. Have more fun with it. He was too straightforward serious. He should have been kind of like Tom Hardy. If we had a Castor Troy in that role, Nick Cage would have made a great villain in this movie. If he could have just hammed it up. Oh God, what we could have had. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. You don't have any things to plug, right?
No.
All right. Well, go ahead and comment below. Let us know your thoughts on Venom if you saw it. Hit the like button, subscribe, blah blah blah. The bell for notifications. I don't fucking know. I'll probably see something next week, but I got more stuff coming along the way. Thank you for joining me, Cody.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of hungry, so I'm gonna get some food. All right. Take care now. Bye bye then.